Associated Press, who with his colleague Adam Goldman wrote this piece called "With CIA Help, NYPD Moves Covertly in Muslim Areas," the NYPD, of course, being the New York Police Department. The issue of the legality of the CIA gathering domestic intelligence, I wanted to bring in Gadeir Abbas with CARE, which is the Council on American-Islamic Relations. You've been working on this case. What is the legality of this? What are the laws, Gadeir? Well,
there are a few laws that are potentially being violated by the NYPD, possibly the FBI, as well as the CIA. So in 1981, President Ronald Reagan issued an order, an executive order, restricting the activities of the CIA, and that restriction prevented the CIA from conducting spy operations domestically within the United States. That looks to be in violation insofar as the CIA is enlisting a local intermediary to collect information. So that's one potential violation of an executive order. The other is a federal law called the Privacy Act that prevents government agencies from maintaining records on a person's First Amendment activities unless there's actually an investigation of criminal activity. Here, if the FBI or the CIA are maintaining any records that the NYPD has collected, from hookah bars or from local mosques that weren't collected regarding an actual investigation of criminal wrongdoing, that would be a violation of the Privacy Act. But each individual person that has been affected by the NYPD's program here, their intelligence unit, would also have a reason to go to court to enforce their First Amendment rights. So the first level of this is that a program that is investigating a particular community, it's essentially an institutional arrangement that is casting an institutional suspicion on an entire community and conducting an investigation, not of a crime, not of an individual, but of a community. That sends a signal to everyone else that religion is somehow separate and distinct from all of the others, which may be a violation of the Establishment Clause. The government is there to maintain a neutrality, and here we might not be seeing them doing that.
And were you surprised by the extent of this cooperation between the NYPD and the CIA and the level of involvement working together between the two groups?
Yeah, it is breathtaking to see the detail of involvement that the CIA has had in NYPD law enforcement tactics. But what isn't a surprise, because we've been hearing from American Muslims for years now, is it's a matter of routine police technique to go to members of the American Muslim community and to proposition them to become informants.
The AP's report details how the New York Police Department used census data to match undercover officers to ethnic communities, where they spent time in hookah bars and cafes, as you said, practice some have characterized as racial profiling. And the video accompanying the story, former NYPD officer Mordechai Jizkansky says that's not the case. This is an excerpt of his comment.
It's not a question of profiling. It's a question of going where the problem could arise. And thank God we have the capability. We have the language capability and the ethnic officers. I mean, that's our hidden weapon. The fact that we have officers from so many different countries who are now New Yorkers, and they want to keep New York safe.
Gadeir Abbas of CARE, your response?
I think it's very revealing that the assumption that underlies the NYPD's program is that the problem that the United States is trying to address of terrorism or acts of violence is a problem that is particularly attached to the Muslim community. And I think Mordecai's words reveal very clearly that that's the mindset and the mentality that leads to this outcome. And it's a mentality that is that the AP story highlights in great detail, but it's a mentality that pervades all levels of law enforcement, the federal, state, and local level.